Hey, welcome back to Fusion Fit Kids. Today's workout is not based on our cardio, it's going to be based on our strength. So we're going to do a little bit of Pilates for kids, okay? So this is a nice way to relax, but it's also a nice way to strengthen your whole body without getting out of breath or without making a noise jumping up and down in your house, okay? So find a nice quiet space in your room and let's get started. So first of all, we need to think about our postures, because when we're at school, we always sat like this. When we're on our computers, we always sat like this. So we're going to start thinking about how we should be standing. So our feet are hip width apart, knees are above our ankles, hips are above our knees. Now by that I mean, I don't want you stood like this, okay? So nice and straight for me. You're going to roll the shoulders and you're going to draw them down and back. Our head is going to stay lifted, so I want you to feel like someone is pulling you up from your hair and you're standing really tall like a soldier, okay? And while you're here, I just want you to take some deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. So let's begin. Now, while you're doing that, so keep breathing as I'm talking, I don't want you to move your shoulders. So we need to keep our shoulders down. So imagine your stomach is a big balloon. Every time you breathe, your balloon blows up, and when you breathe out, your balloon deflates. So give me a couple more breaths in and out without moving those shoulders. And out. Good. We're going to circle those shoulders round, and this is going to help release any stiffness or tension in those necks and shoulders. And then we're just going to circle our head halfway, just to the side. Good. And the other way. Nice and slow and controlled. Good. And one more. Bring it down to the chest, just hold it there for a second, and then slowly bring back. You're going to float your arms up to the ceiling. Again, keeping those shoulders away from your ears. So, you're just dragging the arms up, pulling the shoulders down, and release. And the next time you do this, we're going to go up onto our tiptoes. So let's see how your balance is, and slowly down. Good, and again, we're going to take it up. This time we're going to hold, we're going to place our hands together, we're going to come down, and then we're going to slightly bend the knees. So again, my knees are facing my toes. I'm just going to have a small twist here. Now can you see my head stays looking at my hands? So it's as if I've got a neck collar on that can't let my head move. And release the arms. Keeping the knees bent, we're going to stretch your arm up, and then we're going to stretch the fingers down towards the toes, slowly, and then back. And as you can see again, my head stays next to my arm, so it doesn't touch the other shoulder, it stays in line. Good. So now we're going to stretch those legs, and then we're going to go into another tiny balance. So all I want you to do is stretch one foot along the floor, lift it up, and back down with the toes. So it's off of the floor. Are you able to balance on one leg? Good. And bring it back. And then the other side, we're pointing, we're flexing. Don't touch the floor. Good. And back. Well done. That's your small warm-up, and now we're going to go into your main exercises. So our first main exercise is going to be about helping our posture. So again, remember, we're so used to sitting like this all the time, we're so used to being on our phones and our books and our consoles that we need to think about opening those shoulders. So we have a strange exercise today called the dumb waiter. Now you're going to be imagining you're holding some plates in your hands, and you're going to stick your elbows to your waist and they don't move from here. You're going to soften the knees slightly so you're a little bit bent. Your back is nice and straight, shoulders are down. And you're going to breathe out. And as you breathe out, you're going to take your arms out to the side. And then as you breathe in, you're going to bring them back to the center. Now, just keep doing that for me, squeezing the shoulder blades together at the back and then bringing it back in. Now, you can see my hands stay in line with my elbows, so they're not too high and they're not too low. So we just keep squeezing those arms in and out, keeping those elbows stuck to your bodies. Good. I'm going to do a couple more here. So we're working those muscles in the back. It's such a tiny exercise, but it's really doing some good on your posture. Okay, and again. Good, and I just want one more here. And then we can relax. Well done. Right, our next one, we're going to stick with this whole posture theme and thinking about using our spine. So, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. My arms are relaxed again, my knees are over my ankles, my hips are over my knees, my feet are hip width apart. So whenever we do an exercise, we check that our posture is correct. Now, we call these the roll down. So we're going to tuck your chin into your chest. And then you're going to continue to roll all the way down, letting your arms be heavy, keeping the knees bent until you reach the floor. And then you're going to roll back up, leaving the arms to be heavy, leaving the head looking down, and you roll back up through the spine until we're in our standing position. We go again. Now imagine you are some wallpaper stuck on the wall, and we are peeling that wallpaper off of the wall, and then we're trying to stick it back up. So we're going through the spine bit by bit. The arms are hanging, the head is hanging, right until the last minute. And then it starts the movement again. Now this should feel really nice, guys. Really relaxing, but also stretching and mobilizing that spine. Leave that head till last. And we're going to do one more. So in total, you should have done 4 roll downs there. Let the arms hang. Let the head hang, and then slowly come back up. Good. Now, on our next roll down, we're going to go into our plank position. Now, when we get into a plank is straight, so that means our bodies need to be straight. Our hands need to be underneath our shoulders, and our head needs to stay in line with our back, so it doesn't drop forward like this, and it doesn't stick back like this, okay? So we're going to roll down, chin into chest, rolling down, and then we're going to walk the hands out into our plank. So once we're in this plank position, check your positioning. Your hands are directly underneath your shoulders, your head is in line with your spine, and your back is straight. And I'm going to show you what not to do. So this is not a good plank. This is not a good plank, this is not a good plank, and this is not a good plank, okay? So, head in line with the spine, hands under the shoulders, back's nice and straight, bottoms down, and we hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we come down onto the knees, push the bum back, and stretch out those arms. So this is called our child's pose. So our bottoms are on our heels, our head is on the mat, and our arms are nice and straight. So we just hold it here, because we're going to go and try that plank again. So here we go. So we're going to push back up, hands under the shoulders first, tuck your toes under, up into a plank, head nice and straight, bottoms down. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We relax the knees and come back into your child's pose. So we're just going to hold it here, taking some nice deep breaths in and out. So you're stretching the shoulders here, and also into those hips. Just going to hold a few more, and then we are going to slowly come over onto our sides. Now, we're going to go into our side lying position. So this means our arm is at the side of our body and our head is lying on our arm. My legs are straight and they're facing forwards, and my hand is here to stop me rolling back or stopping me rolling forward, okay? So imagine you've got some lights on the front of your hips and they're facing forward, okay? Hand is down here. Now, all we're going to do is we're going to try and lift our legs off of the floor. Just 4 times, okay? So we keep them stuck together and we're just going to lift them up gently and then back down. And again, we're going to lift it up gently. Good. And back down. And again, lifting up gently. So this is working the muscles in your waist. Hopefully you can feel that. And one more. And relax. Good. Now, I think you can try another 4 here. So let's go again. We're going to raise the legs. And we're going to bring it back down. And again, raise the legs, keeping them stuck together. Remember, our lights should be facing forward. So I don't want anybody rocking backwards or forwards. Good. And then just one more, guys. Stretching up and back down. Lovely job. Now, bend this underneath leg and keep this leg straight. Now we're going to do some circles. So you're going to lift the leg just a little bit higher than your hip. And I want you to give me 6 circles forwards and 6 circles back. So again, think about those hips facing the front. We're going to circle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to hold it. We're going to flex the foot. Hopefully you can see my foot. And point. And stretch. And point. And stretch. And point. And stretch. And point to come down. Really well done. Alright guys, let's move on to our backs now. I'm going to go into some sit-ups. So these aren't the sit-ups like we would do in a normal exercise class where you're doing them really fast. We do these nice and slowly. So I want your feet, have a check, hip width apart. So they're a little bit apart, and your knees have a little gap as well. And your arms are by your side. Now I want you to imagine you've got an orange between your chin and your chest. So you don't crunch your head in here. You keep that gap open, okay? Now you're going to lift, and as you lift, you're going to breathe out. So we breathe in here. Breathe out to lift. Look at your knees, keeping that gap, and then breathe in to lower. We're going to go again. Breathe out to lift. Look at the knees, keep that gap between the chin and the chest, and lower. And again, 2 more. Lift, look at your knees, and lower. And 1 more. Lift, hold it, and lower. Now we're going to introduce a leg lift. So we're going to lift, we're going to lift the leg, we're going to bring it back down, and we're going to lower. We're going to change. So we're going to lift, change legs, bring it down, and lower. We've got 2 more. Lift, nice and slow, it's not too fast, and lower. And then our last one, lift and lower. Excellent. Now stretch your arms above your head there. Stretch your legs so you can feel those stomach muscles having a good stretch from that work. Hold it there. And then we're going to roll onto your other side to repeat your side leg lifts. So, body on the side, hips facing forward with those lights, arm in front of you. We are going to lift both legs at the same time. Ready? We go. Lifting and lower. So we've got 2 sets of 4 here. Lift. Don't let your bodies rock back. Keep those legs facing forward. Lift. And lower. And again. And relax. Good. Now we're going to try another 4. Okay. So check those hips are still forward. Off you go. 1. And down. And again. 2. And down. And again. 3. And down. Last one. 4. And down. Bend that underneath leg. We're going to stretch the leg up, ready for our circles. So we take it just above the hip, and we're going to give 6 circles forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to flex and point. Flex and point. 2 more. 1 more. And lower the legs. Well done, guys. Okay, let's go back onto our backs for me, because we are now going to go into our roll like a ball. Now, this is some of the children's favourite exercise. So, we're going to sit up here. Now, can you roll back like a ball and come up with your feet off of the floor? So, I'm going to show you what I mean. So, we start nice and straight with our legs together, holding on to our shins. You're going to keep your chin tucked in. You're going to roll back and then come up. But you can't let your feet touch the floor. So we're going to try that 8 times. Now breathe in as you roll back and breathe out as you come up. Ready? Go. Breathe in and out. And again. In and out. And again. 3. Good. And again. 4. Hold it. Good. 5. And again. 6. And again. 7. And we're going to hold this last one. Let's see how long you can hold it. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Even. Can you stretch your legs out? Ooh, make it even trickier. And then come back. Hug your knees and have a stretch. Well done, guys. So that's a really nice fun exercise to do, but it's really good for your stomach muscles. So that's a good way of working your stomach muscles, but still having fun. And relax the legs down. Now our next one is called our Superman, and this is trying to see if you've got very good coordination and good balance, okay? So you're going to come over onto your hands and knees. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Knees are underneath your hips. So I don't want your hands here and I don't want your legs there. Okay, so we're going to bring them in so we're like in a nice little square here. Now you're going to take your right arm out, but your left leg back. Okay, and then bring it in. Now look at my head again. My head is nice and straight. Okay, so opposite arm to leg to stretch and then bring it back in. And again, opposite arm to leg, and then back. So we're going to do that 4 times, just concentrating on getting that coordination, opposite arm to leg. Good. Now we're going to try and lift it off the floor and balance. So this is where our Superman comes. So your arm is by your head, and your foot is in line with your bottom, and then we're going to slowly bring it down. And we change sides. Opposite arm to leg. Arm by your head, leg in line with your bottom, and then we slowly bring it down. Give me 2 more. Good stretch in there. And back down. And again, reach with those fingertips, reach with those toes. And bring it in. Now from here, we're going to go into our cat stretch. So I want you to round your back, tuck your chin into your chest, and really stretch out that back. And then we're going to go into our cow stretch, which is lifting the head and dropping the tummy. And then we're going to round the back into our cat stretch. chin into chest, and then round the back again. So we're now going into our stretches, guys. One more rounding of the back, and then bring your bottoms back. Good. Okay, so we're going to face the front now. And this is good to have a wall behind you because it keeps you nice and straight if you find it difficult. So we're going to bring our feet stuck together and our backs are nice and straight here. Okay, so holding it here, shoulders down, I want you to just gently lean the body forward. So you should start to feel it stretch in here, okay? So my body is still straight, I'm not all hunched over like this, so I'm still nice and tall, but I'm just pushing forward from those hips to have a good stretch. And I'm going to hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back down. Good. Now, gently stretch the legs out. And I want you just to relax one, so it doesn't come right the way up here, just at the lower part of your leg. And I want you to reach your hands forwards, guys, letting the head drop down to the knees and just holding that stretch. Now, if you can, you're flexible, you can hold your feet. If you're not, you can hold on to your legs, okay? But I just want you to feel the stretch down the back of your legs here. So we're just going to hold it, having a really good stretch. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly out. And we're going to change legs. So just relax the other leg, stretching forward, let the head drop, and we're going to hold it here. So you should feel it down the back of your legs. Make sure your knees are facing the ceiling and they're not rolling out. We're just going to hold it for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come up. Now we're going to take the legs out, not too wide, just a little bit further than your hips, and we're going to place our hands in front. Now, if you've got a ball, it's good to use a ball here. If not, we're just going to walk the hands forward, stretching that body as far as we can to hold. So again, you're feeling it down the backs of your legs, but also your back now. And then bring the hands in. And we go again. Chin into chest, roll forward, stretching through that back. We're going to hold it a bit longer now. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back in. Well done. All right, let's cross the legs, and now we're going to stretch the sides. So keeping the legs stretched, arms by your side, we're going to reach over, and we're going to stretch all the way over. Now look at where my head is. It's not down here. It's again next to the arm that's up, and this other hand underneath is just stretching along the floor. And then we're slowly going to drag it back in to go the other way. So we stretch, walk this hand out. Now what you need to make sure here, guys, is that both bum cheeks are on the floor. So don't let your bum cheeks lift. That way we'll be stretching our waists, which is where we want to be feeling it. And then we're going to slowly come back up. Well done. Okay, let's make our way back onto our backs for another stretch. So we're down here. We're going to stretch one leg out and the other leg in. So we're just going to hold it here. Our heads are looking towards the ceiling, and we're pulling that knee in towards our bodies. So we're just going to hold it. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, you're going to stretch one arm out to the side, and then the hand that's opposite to the leg is going to pull it across to hold here. So keep your heads looking forward. Keep this arm down. And we're just going to hold it there. And then we're going to bring it back to the centre. And take it down to change legs. So bring the other knee up, Holding it in, really pull it in towards that body there so you can really stretch those leg muscles. We're going to hold it. My shoulders are down, my head's facing up for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to stretch this arm along the floor, taking this one over and hold. So that knee is coming across the leg down towards the floor. And we're holding a few more seconds. And slowly bring it back in. Give it a little bit of a hug. And then back down. Excellent. Now we're going to roll over onto our fronts. So we roll over. Rest our heads into our hands like we're sunbathing. And I want you to bring your foot to your bottom to stretch out the front of our thighs here. Now try and keep your knees together. We're just going to hold it here. So hopefully you can feel that stretch down the front of your legs. So we're just taking some nice deep breaths in and out while we're holding. And then slowly take it down, ready to change legs. So that foot to the bottom, holding it there, having a nice stretch here. So this is a nice exercise plan to do maybe first thing in the morning or maybe just before you go to bed, because then it will help you to relax and it will really help your postures. And then we're going to slowly take it down to relax. And then just our last one, I want you to take your hands underneath your shoulders here. And I just want you to bring the back up. Now watch my head. My head is not moving. And I'm going to slowly bring it down. And again, so I keep looking at the floor. Now this is working those back muscles that we tend to forget about. We think about getting really strong tummy muscles, but then we don't think about our back muscles. So it's really important that we use both. So we're just coming up, my elbows are on the floor, my head's still looking down. And I just want one more there, guys. Bringing it up. And straight down we go. Back into our child's pose, just to finish off. Bottoms down, arms in front. And we're just going to relax here. Remember to continue to breathe. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Now for those of you that would like that little extra stretch, I want you to try and bring one foot in between your feet here, keeping that knee on the floor, and we're just going to have a little stretch. So you should feel it down the front of your thighs. So my hands are at the side of my feet. My knee is kind of tucked into my shoulder, and we're just holding this stretch here. It's a really good stretch. Now my knees are over my heels as well. They're not pushing in front of my toes, so you get an even safer, better stretch. And then we're going to slowly bring it back to where we started, and then we're going to hook the other foot. So next to my feet, my heel is above my ankle, my hands are next to my foot, and my knee stays down onto the ground. We're just going to hold it here. Just a few more seconds, just to make sure that's getting a good amount of time to stretch. And then we slowly bring it back. And then round to the front. Guys, really, really good job. Now the last part of this class is called our relaxation. So you've done your mobilising at the beginning of the class when we were getting our joints working. Then we've gone into our strengthening work where we did some stomach, some back, some arms, some leg exercises. And now we've just completed our stretches. So The relaxation part is basically what it says. You put on your favourite piece of music, something gentle, something soft, and you lay down. But you have to lay down in a particular way. So, we're going to lay down on your backs. Palms are facing up. Legs are just open and relaxed. So we're not holding them still, you just let them relax out. I want you to imagine you're laying on some sand and you're sinking into that sand. You're going to close your eyes and you're going to stay there for your favourite slow, chilled, relaxed piece of music. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I'm going to leave you there, guys, to continue to relax.